Alright guys, so I think today's video is really going to show like the tech geek side of me. Because have you ever been sitting at your computer where you're looking at like one large screen or maybe even multiple screens, and then you pick up your phone, which is another screen, and maybe you go to check the time, and your watch, it's another screen. And then when you go to type, you look at your keyboard and realize, wait a minute, my keyboard doesn't have a screen. I think you need a screen. Well, today's product is going to fit that need. If you've ever thought that in your whole life that your keyboard needed a screen, and you probably have never thought that. In fact, I just happened to come across this product on Amazon and thought, hey, this is actually interesting. I wonder how many different ways I can use this. And the product that I'm talking about is the Kwumsy K1 touchscreen keyboard. And I do want to say that in the Amazon reviews, somebody decided to point out that the name Kwumsy sounds like somebody is just saying clumsy, but they have a lisp. So that has just stuck with me the whole time that I have been checking out this product. But what this product is a full keyboard that you can use in really a lot of different ways because of its screen, but also because of the connections that it has. It's not cheap though. This is a $399 keyboard. Although on Amazon right now it does have like the little box you can check off to save money, then actually brings it down to $349. But $350 is already the price of like a tablet or one of those like portable gaming devices that are out there if you're like into emulators and stuff like that. So this is a very niche market that this would be for. But like I said, I found a lot of ways that I ended up using this keyboard. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into the different variations that they have. Now I have the one with the scissor keys. They do have one that has the mechanical keys, but it is set up a little bit different because the one that I have actually has buttons located next to the screen. This is your power button, but also allows you to control your brightness and things like that. But the display that's on here is a 12.6 inch 1920 by 515p 60 hertz IPS display. It is touchscreen, and it really has surprised me how good the display looks. So this is a glossy display. This is going to be a plus and a minus. Like I said, it just looks clean. It looks vibrant. But when it's sitting at my desk, which is in front of my big screen, that reflective display just kind of bounces right off of it. So although there are legs on the bottom part of the keyboard to kind of angle it up some, I really wish that the display had the ability to angle up on its own. Now, as far as what all of this comes with, it does come with a little storage bag. So if you're going to take this on the go, which I can say is pretty convenient. It's not just for your desktop. It actually can plug into your Android phone. You just switch your phone over into like desktop mode and you have the full display right there. And again, it's touchscreen. So if you want a bigger display than what your phone has and you want the ability to have a keyboard to be able to type and respond to emails and not have to just like use your fingers to type on the screen, this is very convenient. Again, not a way that I thought about using it in the first place, but definitely a way that I found myself using it. Also in the box, it comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable. This is the way most people are going to use it if you're going to plug it into like one of the new MacBooks, or like I use it, I plug it into my Dell XPS 13, which is a laptop that has the USB-C port that is also sending power that allows me to just use that one cable. Or if you're going to plug it up to a desktop, maybe you don't have that USB-C port, it does come with a USB-C to plug it into the keyboard. And then the other end is an HDMI cable and two USB-A ports. So it is going to take up two USB slots. But luckily on the back side of the keyboard, you have two USB 2.0 ports. So you can plug in a flash drive, you can plug in something that maybe you're going to lose the ability to do on your desktop because you're going to need to use those ports. And another really nice thing about this is there's no software involved. Like you don't have to download a program, you don't have to do anything. It is pretty much plug and play. And the reason I say pretty much is you do have to go in on like on Windows. I had to go in like my control panel and basically tell it that I have a touchscreen display attached to it. Now out of the box, it just started working with the touchscreen, but I could see it on my main display. It wasn't just letting me use the touchscreen where I can make things move on the small screen on the keyboard. So I had to let the computer know that, hey, the touchscreen is on the keyboard and I want it to just control what's on the keyboard. Now, as far as the actual build quality and the look of it, it's a very clean look. Again, maybe the mechanical one has a lot more flashy lights, although this one does still have RGB lighting. You can switch it between like maybe 4 or 5 different colors, or you can have it just kind of slowly flash its own colors. The RGB lighting's not very bright. It's just enough there that you can see it. And again, it may just add to the look of your setup, but don't expect any miracles here. It's not going to be comparable to like a gaming keyboard that is more dedicated to show off the lighting. I think this is just an added feature for, you know, hey, it's shiny lights, look over here, check out my product. But like I said, build quality is solid. The typing experience is pretty nice overall. It does feel a little bit cramped because they had to, you know, shrink some of the keys, but you do have your whole F key set up right up top. You have number keys to the side, which the mechanical one does not. And it actually, I don't even think it has F keys. So you're getting more with this keyboard, and it's actually cheaper than the mechanical keyboard version. So again, I think this is what makes this one the better option, at least for me. I used to have, you know, 3 monitors at my desktop, and I've kind of condensed down to 2 at one point. And then I just decided to hell with it. I'm going with one really large single screen. But I still do realize at times there's separate things that I like to have on other monitors, so it doesn't really get in the way of what I'm looking at on the main monitor. And that's where this keyboard actually benefited me quite a bit. I could put my emails down there and I could just scroll, or I could see if something popped up. While I'm editing videos, I could actually put my timeline down on the keyboard, and it just allows me much more real estate on my screen. But I can still control everything as far as the timeline goes just by touch, or I can move the mouse down there and control it that way. Also having my Spotify down here so I can just go through my music, scroll through it, play, pause, all of that stuff down here. If you're somebody that likes to keep up with scores on different sports throughout the day, or you like to keep up with your stocks, you can have it just sitting there all the time, but not in your way. Again, it is not a cheap device. I mean, $399, even $350, that is quite a bit of money, but the flexibility that I've had while using this and the way that it's benefited my use. Again, it fits in with my needs, and it's added to my experience just sitting at my desktop or sitting in the couch. I can say I see the value. At least I see the value for me. Now, I do wish, again, that that screen was able to flip up. I just like to be able to see a little bit more. And I do actually wish that they had speakers on here. You know, if you did want to listen to something that was playing from your phone, you could just hear it from the keyboard and that screen and not have to have like headphones or, you know, earbuds or whatever connected to your phone. But again, that's just little gripes here and there. So if you're in that small niche group that can see this benefiting you, it's actually a very interesting product. But guys, that wraps up my video on the Kwumsy K1 touchscreen keyboard. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.